All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our two great kings, the gods that the King James Bible speaks of, which again, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world of ignorance calls Christ. True name is Yahweh Shai. Second of all, I want to give the honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down that rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, I'm sure Babylon won't like this. Or this is another edition of I'm sure Babylon won't like this. All right, and Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here from the RT News, and it says Turkey clarifies rigid stance on gas trade with Russia. All right, which Turkey might as well just exit NATO altogether, man. They're like that rebellious son in NATO. All right, they were one of the first ones. All right, well, the first ones that didn't want Ukraine to join NATO. They're backing the Palestinians. And with the whole situation that's going on in the Middle East with the Palestinians and the small hats, or them Arab nations and the small hats, they're calling for all the Arab nations to come up against the small hats, which obviously the small hats and NATO are heavily tied together. Even though they're a NATO member, Turkey is a NATO member, they're against the small hats. Again, they want all the Arab nations to rise up against them. So they're doing that. You know, they're just completely another rebellious. Oh, and they was looking to join the BRICS. I forget if they actually are a member of the BRICS now, but I know they was seeking membership to join the BRICS, even though they're a part of NATO. All right, which the BRIC nations is a direct threat to NATO. All right, but they were seeking membership to the BRICS. Turkey was. All right, so they're just completely and utterly rebellious. All right. And now you got this again. Turkey clarifies rigid. Which you look at that word rigid, it means basically to be stern and not wanting to negotiate. Basically, just being stern about something. All right, stance on gas trade with Russia. Because now America, Babylon the Great, which is America, North America, is putting more sanctions on Russia. All right. It says flow must not be disrupted by the latest U.S. sanctions on Moscow, according to the Turkish energy minister. It says Turkey strongly opposes U.S. sanctions on Russian gas as it cannot be replaced in midterms. Turkish energy minister, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, said Friday, according to the broadcast TRT. It says that last week, Washington introduced the blocking sanctions on more than 50 Russian financial institutions, including, and I will try to pronounce that, linked to the enormous gas giant, and 6 of its international, right, because like I said in the previous video I did concerning NATO, I said that, one of the things that could drive, this, which, we don't know what the Most High is going to do to cause them NATO nations to ultimately, come up against this place and shoot missiles on this place as well, become a direct enemy to Babylon the Great, which is a part of NATO. We don't know what the Lord is going to do to make them NATO nations turn on America, but this could be, one of the things. All right, this whole situation with Russia's gas, because when they put sanctions on Russia, when this whole Ukraine and Russia thing started, that was a big blow to Europe, because Europe, places like Germany or whatever, they depended on Russia for gas, natural gases. All right, and when they put them sanctions on them and stopped, purchasing Russia's natural gas or whatever, Biden had to go in America's reserve and give some of it to Europe, which, like I said in the previous video, we don't even know how much gas is left in America's how much natural gas America has left, basically. How many barrels of oil or whatever that they have, all right, in their strategic supply or whatever, all right, because Biden gave a lot of it to Europe. again, because they stopped purchasing Russian gas. So again, we're coming into the winter. This is going to be a cold winter, man. So again, Turkey might not be the only one that say, man, look, we got to buy Russian gas, man. We're running out of, our people got to survive this winter. Y'all can't supply us with what we need. All right. So that could be, one of the driving forces of how can I say it? Could be one of the driving forces of the 10 toes, breaking up. All right. Them just saying F America and we're gonna do this. If you got a problem with it, they come see us. Which ultimately they are gonna come see you. All right, because America and the different NATO nations are gonna lock horns, and shoot missiles on each other. All right, but Salaki for that rant there. But it says the measure has cut off Russian premium bank. Did I read that? No, Salaki, I didn't read this part. Salaki. It says last week Washington introduced a blocking sanctions on more than 50 Russian financial institutions. Okay, I did read this already. It says the measure has. I didn't read this part. It says the measure has cut off Russian primary bank of energy relations transactions from the Swiss interbank messaging system. We are against any decision that will affect the gas flow from Russia. If these sanctions come to point, it will harm the Turkish economy, households, and 85 million people. Bayraktar, if that's how you pronounce his name, told the journalist. So see, again, like he said, it's going to hurt the Turkish economy with these sanctions and 85 million households. All right. It says the minister emphasized that that Turkey is the fourth largest gas market in Europe, and that Russia is one of the nation's key gas suppliers. Also, Bayraktar also said that the issue is currently being addressed by the country's financial and foreign affairs minister. Also expressing hope that the 5-year transaction contract for gas pipeline supply from Russia to Europe via Ukraine will expire on December 31st. Coming up soon. Today was the first. Well, yesterday was the first. It's the second now. We will extend Ukraine. We will extend it. Salakia. Ukraine has said that this has no problem. It has no problem to prolong the deal if the flow stops. The EU could potentially lose up to 5% of its total annual consumption. Let's see, read this part right here. It says, yeah, I'll read this part. It says, earlier this week, media reports emerged that Ankara, it's like if I pronounce that wrong, was in talks with Washington to secure Russia's sanctions, wavering that would allow Turkey to continue paying for imports of gas from Russia. All right, so again, all these nations are supposed to be on the same page, but they're still buying gas from Russia. All right, which again, more than likely, very soon, the other NATO nations are going to do the same. Which I did a video actually on a while back on an article that said that they were doing the same. Some of them other NATO nations were still purchasing Russian oil or whatever from Russia. Russia came out and said that. All right, but the other ones are going to probably start making it well known. Because again, like that last article I read concerning NATO, a lot of them NATO nations were saying, look, we need to become more independent from America, and this is more than likely is why. All right, but everybody's just getting tired of America, man. All right, it says Bloomberg cited that Bayraktar, so like if I'm pronouncing that wrong, as saying that the latest sanctions may amount to something very big for his country if no exception is made. Although a NATO member state, which Turkey is, has implied that sanctions against Russia has maintained relations with both Moscow and Kyiv. Last year, Russia supplied to Turkey an annual amounted to around 45% of the country's gas imports. All right, so again, they need that oil, or their citizens are free. Like it says, 85%. It will hurt 85% of households or whatever in Europe or whatever. All right. So again, this could be, one of the driving forces all right, that, puts that creates, that problem, which eventually will lead to missiles being shot between America and the NATO nations. All right. But, we're seeing the downfall of this place, man. This place is done. All right. This place is done. And the Most High is about to bring extreme judgment next year. All right. Extreme judgment. All right. On Babylon the Great. Very soon. So I don't know what the hell that was. Salakia. Salakia brothers. Looking at, man. This is Revelation. Hold on, brother. Salakia. All right, Salakia brothers, it's Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest, which is NATO and the EU. All right, this beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, on which thou sawest upon the beast, ye shall hate the whore. And the whore again is America, Babylon the Great, which is a member of NATO. All right, but again, the Lord's going to do something to cause them NATO nations to come against this place and shoot missiles on it, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh have put in their hearts to fulfill his will. Right, so this is the will of the Most High. And that's what the Most High said. These NATO nations are going to destroy. Other NATO nations are going to take part in the destruction of Babylon the Great. And agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, and to the word of Yahweh should be fulfilled. Right, so this is what's ultimately going to happen. But until that happens, you're going to see, little skirmishes, just things continuing to happen. It's going to further drive them, break up their alliance. All right. Things are going to continue to happen to further break up their alliance. Like this, Turkey just being rebellious and doing things like this. You had the Brexit. You had you had Germany. All right, and a lot of EU citizens wanting the EU or whatever to separate or be less dependent on America. You're going to continue to see things like this. All right. Until the build up, but again, little skirmishes and things like this until the Lord, puts the spirit on them NATO nations to finally just shoot missiles on the place and destroy it. All right. And Turkey, again, is one of the most rebellious ones, which the scriptures speak about Turkey. Let's get that. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse I'll start at verse 3. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 3. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaw, which is talking about Russia. All right. And I will bring thee forth and all thy armies, so like all thy armies of horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right. Ready for war. All right. See who the participants will be. Persia, all right, which are the Elamites, so-called Iranians today. All right. They're locking horns right now with the small hats through proxies or whatever. All right. Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Verse 6, Gomer, which is Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, Salakia, in the northern quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be a guard thou, and be a guard unto them. Right, which Turkey is, Salakia, which Russia is a guard unto them. But the Lord is going to cause all these nations, even their own allies, again, Turkey, all right, which is Gomer here, to come up against this place. And again, we're going to continue to see little skirmishes like this, little problems here and there, disagreements here and there that they're going to have. All right, until ultimately Revelation, the 17th chapter is fulfilled. All right, which again, these NATO nations coming up against this place and destroying it. All right, but Turkey probably is going to be the next one to leave NATO. or another Brexit type thing. All right, which is prophecy. Daniel the 2nd chapter, the 10 toes breaking up. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.